Don't know what it is, but I got it. Aura shining bright and I got a clean conscience. They ask me how I do it, shit, I channel different energies. Talk to the heavens and battle different energies.
Hello and welcome to the Queen from Queens podcast. I am not going to say that for a really long time. So as you know, we are at the season finale, episode 10 of season 2. What am I feeling right now? Let's see. I'm nervous. Excited. I'm grateful. Definitely grateful. I definitely have to thank God, you know, that we here.
No,
everybody
sure.
in this studio is safe and we recording and we at episode 10. Thank y'all so much for just all the love and just the likes, the comments, the positivity. Even if you watch like a minute of this podcast, y'all know I'm forever grateful. Just a minute goes such a long way. Like you don't even know it. But yeah, so sit down, get a snack, sip on something if you need to. Right. We're going to have a good episode. I feel it in the air. You feel me? KP, what's up?
Chilling.
How is everything?
Exhausting.
How do you feel that the podcast is ending?
Bittersweet. I just said it a moment ago.
Right?
It's bittersweet.
So bittersweet.
Because it's fun being here, hearing stories, hearing y'all, you know, we interact with each other.
So true.
Get to see everybody different point of view.
So true.
We've had a couple of cultural experiences on the episode, so
a lot.
Yeah.
It's good because we have so many different energies come here, and every episode is different. You feel me? So it's like it's an experience every time. Like you come here, you never know what you're gonna get either. You like you could get a guest that's really bad, but I've never had a bad guest. Like maybe like you know, weak episodes, I will say that,
Yeah,
but never a bad guest. Like
True.
never anybody disrespectful or anything along those lines. Right. That would be escorted out. You
Yeah,
feel me?
exactly.
We would have Leslie in the building come escort you out. Like, you feel me? It would be a whole situation. But yes, KP,
facts.
well, I'm gonna miss recording and being in the studio.
We'll miss you, but you're not going to be gone for long because we still
Right.
got stuff to do, you know.
We definitely have stuff to do. I'm gonna be on KP's podcast.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, he has a podcast.
That's nice.
It's Deadass a Podcast. That's what it's called.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Nice. I like that.
Thank you.
It's Deadass a Podcast. Go check it out. You guys know we had a mini series
We're coming
together.
back next week.
We collab. You guys are coming back next week?
Rolling Loud.
Oh yes,
Ooh.
you guys are going to Rolling Loud. Are you
Yes.
vlogging?
Yes.
Fire.
About to be lit.
Fire.
Excited.
Fire. So check out the vlog. Check out Rolling Loud with them. I hope y'all have fun. What do I always say? I'm never going to another
Yeah.
Rolling Loud again.
The next
I
Rolling
don't
Loud I
even-
go to is going to be my last one.
I say you always should go. I've been to 2. I've been to Miami and New York. But that's a whole different topic. But yeah, thank you KP for being here tonight, and
Of
thank you
course,
for all you
always.
do.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for letting me be a part of it.
Thank you. But I'm excited because I was just telling her before, I'm like, wow, you're actually like really pretty. Like, you
As
ever
if
seen
she's
that
not
TikTok?
beautiful, like.
That's actually a TikTok too. Like, you're actually like really pretty. And I'm like, wow. So Nikayla, right?
Yes.
I got it. I've been calling her Nick. So love that.
Thank
How
you.
are you?
I'm good. I'm feeling great. Same thing as you said, like grateful, like just to be here and the experience. Because your network is your net worth. So it's like just like having the opportunity to kind of like speak on another platform and share what I do, get to know you too is like great. And even you too, KP. Like I'm gonna be on your podcast next. Like if you're
Bet.
taking
We can have
guests,
you.
like
Nah, we are.
you know, like if you
100%.
take guests, I will definitely be on.
You be sitting
'cause-
right there on the couch.
Oh my God,
Period.
yes. Love that.
But yeah, like I feel good. Like I can't complain. I especially like I'm feeling a lot of genuine energy, and I'm very big on that. Like if vibes are weird, it's kind of like I'm
Throws
out.
everything off,
And
yeah.
everything is
Good.
just feeling like very like loving. Like the atmosphere is perfect. So I'm excited.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming.
Yes, this is gonna be the best episode, by the way. Like season finale, kickoff. Just saying, like
I love the energy because period. That's really what the vibe is. Like for
has
real.
to be.
It really is the vibe. And I love the network with KP and Nick. I love that. You guys
Yeah.
should definitely collab. It would be so
I'm down.
She is we about to get into it tonight, but she's super interesting and we're about to hear it. We really are about to hear it all. And it is genuine. It's hard to like meet new people sometimes, as everybody knows. Like that's super hard. But just sitting here with you before and just chopping it up was like, yeah, this is how it's exactly gonna be.
Right, like literally.
This is exactly how it's gonna be. So speaking about genuine energy and, you know, just us getting to know each other, I think it's so cute how we actually got to know each other.
Yeah, it was very organic. Like,
so
it
organic.
wasn't like, it wasn't forced or anything. It was just on Instagram, like, oh, she's pretty, follow, like, and just seeing it through her podcast page, I'm like, okay, like, this is cool, like, Queens for Queens. And remember I asked you, I was like, is this just for, like, people from Queens? Because I'm from Long Island, but, like, you know, I can, you know, say a little bit.
Right.
And then I went to, you know, the bio, and I'm like, oh, okay, dang, she's private, so I'm going to request to follow her. And then I was like, oh, accept, follow back, like, she's not a weirdo. So
yes,
it was cool.
It was so cool. And I found it so sweet, actually, because as we know, Instagram is just a little weird, and you never know who.
Not a little, very.
Right.
Very weird.
I was going to keep it cute, you feel me? But, you know, we know it's a weird-ass place. So when you did request me, I'm like, all right, it started with the podcast page, and I'm like, I love this. I love when new people that I don't know, like, actually follow the podcast page, because it just shows, like, you know, it's growing in its own way. So when you requested me there, or you just followed it there, and then you requested me, I'm like, okay, she is not weird. She is on, like, her boss bitch energy. Like, you feel me? It was definitely giving that, and I loved it from the start.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, definitely. And when you asked me if, this was the funniest question, believe it or not, remember, KP, I told you that someone had asked me, is, like, your podcast only for people from Queens?
Yeah.
It was her.
Yeah, that was me.
Wow.
Because I was like, people that I saw on there, I'm like, dang, like, they're from Queens. And I'm like, I'm not from, am I the first person that's not from Queens on here?
No, we had someone from Long Island, from Floral Park.
Right.
Her, but someone from Floral Park last season. You may know him, honestly.
I don't know too many people, but like,
right.
What's his name?
Girl, we're not saying his name.
Okay.
He had his episode.
No. And but yeah, so that was the funniest question, because I'm like, she's not wrong, because most of these people are from Queens. But it was just funny, because I'm like, damn, do I portray that? Do I, like, is there, like, a terms out there, like, you only have to be from Queens?
Yeah.
No, I think it's just a wordplay on me and who I am.
Right.
But you could be from wherever you want to be from. I promise you.
Period.
If you have a story, the energy is real, come through. And then the more I got to know you,
I'm gonna put my friend on for your next season.
Okay,
She's
yeah.
a stylist, and
Is
I love
he?
her. She. But yeah, like she just like we're literally the same person. Like great
Love
energy,
that.
like great spirits, like very like not talkative, but like very just like we're cool. Like we're not weird.
Right.
And she's a stylist, but like she would definitely like love the exposure too, and like her whole like styling journey is not the basic styling. Like I like her meaning to, but I won't spoil it.
Love that.
But yeah,
have her follow me, and definitely.
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna put her on.
Yes. So this is perfect that Nick just did all that, because this is another thing that I appreciate about you. She's always plugging businesses. Like when I'm looking at your story, it's always like she's always reposting people's businesses, and I think that's so amazing. She just stopped in her podcast and just
like,
plugged her friend in. Like,
yeah,
you feel me?
like, and I told her I was, because she styled me today. Like, I'm not gonna
Look.
stand, but like you know, like a little something, and it's just like I said, you know, earlier, support is free. And I feel like people are just so weird. Like, social media makes it so easy for you to show love, yet it's still a struggle, and I don't understand. So at that point, it's like, maybe you're just a weirdo. But yeah, no, whenever I see, especially women, like, with their own business, I'm definitely going to always just, like, share it, follow, like, expose, because it's just, like, it's free. I'm not, it doesn't cost me anything. And like I said, too, like, what you want to receive, you have to definitely give. So if I don't support others, I shouldn't expect support from so many people if I'm not putting the exact same thing out there, you know?
Right.
But yeah.
You said something before, and you were like, it's just a button, and you're in bed.
Oh,
like,
literally. Like, you're
me?
clicking a button. Like, back then when there was no Instagram, Twitter, you had to actually be on foot, like, putting things up in people's cars, whichever. And it's like, I'm not asking you to come out with me and stamp things and put things in I'm asking you to just, hey, post this on your Instagram story, like, reshare this. And it's just like
exposure is so easy nowadays.
Very, like,
so easy. Like, just how you mentioned, like, they really had to go through the most. Like, when they were, you know who RuPaul is? I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
He used to literally paint his, like, posters on like New York billboards, like over them and stuff, like because there was no Instagram, like none of that. So like when you said that it's just a button in bed, I'm like, that is so true. Motherfuckers be in bed.
It's simple.
Excuse my language tonight. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
True.
But no, really in bed, and don't be like
showing love
at all.
And sometimes it's like an insecurity in others. I feel like too. It's like I feel like
that.
Like it definitely is for some, not all, but it's just like people feel like, okay, like, if I support someone or if I do too much, like it's not gonna benefit me. And it's just like you think that, but that's because that's your own problem within yourself. And I think I might have had that mentality years ago, but because I've grown, growth is important. Like you have to realize that.
Growth
and
is key.
I've learned to realize that too. But a big thing for me too when it comes to sharing people's like things that they're into is like sometimes I'm like I see potential in a lot of people that I get really excited, like, oh my god, they're gonna take off, like, or this is such a great idea, I gotta share it, like that's what it is. So I get so like happy for other people. I don't know, like that's just
I get it. I definitely understand because I think when you also have your own business, and we'll get to that in a little bit, you understand it more because you understand the time and the work. And
exactly.
Just like the funds even that you put into it. Like, like what somebody else goes through. And I feel like when somebody doesn't have a project of their own, they can't relate. Like,
exactly.
And it's more like a competitive thing after. Like, and it's weird. It is a weird place. And like, what you see on Instagram is not even true. So the fact that you're
social media is so fake. Like,
cap alert.
I have a story for that. Like, I remember it was like a few weeks ago. I had the craziest day. Like the craziest day. You wouldn't believe it, but it's just like my story. I was eating mussels by the water. I had a great, day. It looks like, and it's like y'all don't even know the half of today. You think I'm living my best life, and today was wild. But
I actually took myself out to feel better, right?
And it's just like, like again, that just shows you that social media really is fake, but that's the world we live in nowadays.
I love that you're so raw as well. Like, you're willing to sit here and be like, yeah, you saw that story, but you don't even know what I was really feeling.
Because it's just like, I don't know. Like, I've always been like that, and I get that from my mom. My mom is like she will. Whatever she's thinking, it comes right out her mouth. Like, she's not gonna think twice, and sometimes it's embarrassing because it's like, bro, like, cool your head. Like, you don't need to hear every thought. But like, you have to be yourself. Like, you have to just be real. I feel like being fake, it just takes too much energy out of me. Like, I'm exhausted when I feel like I can't fully be myself, and so. I'm gonna keep it how it is. If you can't respect it, then maybe you just don't belong in my circle, my aura. I don't know.
Or maybe we just don't vibe as people.
Exactly,
and that's okay.
Right? Like,
that's so okay.
What is the saying? Like, real eyes, like real
eyes, real lies, right?
Something like that.
I think I was looking for something else.
That sounds like it belong on a t-shirt.
I don't even know. It's a little riddle.
Yeah.
I used to love that riddle shit.
Yeah, actually.
I really did.
That's funny.
So we touched a little bit about businesses, and I want to talk to you a little bit about just like your entrepreneur journey, like anything that you would like us to know, look out for. So I know a couple of your businesses, so I want, we'll get into all of them.
Yes. So honestly, like, it wasn't until 2019 that I started to venture out and actually, like, be my own boss, I guess you can say. My entire life, I always knew, like, I need to work for myself. I had my first 9 to 5 when I was 14, and then, like, stopped working at 22. In August, I quit my job, and, like, I put in my 2 weeks originally, and it's ironic, like, what I'm doing now, because I always knew what I wanted to do, and I want to do a lot. But my last job, which is just, like, I don't know, God, like, your steps are literally ordained by him. Like, everything is aligned, like, for you, and it's just allowing yourself to just flow in the world, I feel like, and I kind of started to learn that. And my last job that I had was working in a lingerie store, and I feel like that was meant to be, so I can get the experience of what it's like, because I didn't understand, like, bras, like, there's so many bras for everything, like, and I didn't know that, or underwear, like, materials, and just so many things I didn't know. I'm like, wow, like, one day when I have my own store or whatever, like, I now know these things. So that was ironic in itself. But in 2019, I started investing. A friend of mine put me on, one of my good friends, PJ, he had put me on to this academy, which actually is one of the best academies, in my opinion, as far as, like, learning how to trade, like, the crypto market, the foreign exchange market, etc. And then from there, like, definitely took off with that, and, like, was able to now use those funds to do what I want to do, like live my life. But the blessing about it was that I'm now making money on my time. So it's like I'm gaining time and freedom in the same space rather than having to like put in my time somewhere at work, make money, then try to start my own business. Because now it's like you have the funds, but now you're losing the time. So you're really not like anyone trying to be an entrepreneur. You gotta give your full focus to it because it's a risk, but it's so worth it, and it's not gonna happen overnight. I understood that too, but that's where the money and the time came from for sure. Was learning how to invest, and then we're in year 2, pushing year 3, about 2.5 years now, almost 2.5. And it wasn't until the pandemic broke out last year that I started to learn about e-commerce, and I was like, oh wow, like I could build my own store through the academy. Like they were teaching you how to create your own Shopify, how to buy and sell the best things at the best times. Even if you were somebody who didn't want to have your own quote unquote like business, but wanted to just, let's say, like buy and resell lightning cables or like iPhone cases, whichever. So I'm like, oh wow, like this could help me like push out my brand. I can finally start this whole Nick at Night thing. And then that's when I started to work on it and really dive into like, okay, like this is gonna, like I finally can start working on my business. And so it took me a year of like thinking and revisiting and just like changing things up and stuff to finally like push it out, because I'm big on preparation. I don't just and that's a lot of people's problem too with entrepreneurship is like they'll like just think of an idea and like people say like just go for it. They don't mean like put everything out right away. No, go for it. Like now put the time in to plan, to prepare, and to then execute, because execution without preparation is like a big failure waiting to happen. And like I spent a lot of time preparing, and then now we're here. But overall, like you want me to kind of get into like just like the business now, like just exactly what it is. Okay, so
like what can the people like buy off you? All right, that is yours.
Yeah, so my brand, well, one of them now, because this is gonna be a big extension, but holistically, like my like brand is Nick at Night. My name is Nikayla, for those that don't know. And so like I've gotten this nickname. Nick wasn't always around. Like this has only been like a 2-year kind of thing that I've been starting to get called this. My entire life, my friends have other nicknames for me outside of like my actual name. But now I like Nick a lot more. It's just really convenient. When I was younger, I'm like, I'm not a boy, don't call me Nick, but I'm like, F that.
Right. It's cute. It's like wrist for me. Like,
right. Yeah. Like exactly. It's short, but it's still cute. And so I was like, all right, Nick at Night, like that's gonna be my lingerie line title, which I ended up changing because again, just revisiting and refinalizing whichever. But Nick at Night kind of just, I feel like, shows like me at night. People say, oh, like, what's that quote? Like, I can't even think of it, but like, like freak in the night, but like
freaks come out at night.
Yes, yeah, basically, like, so it's okay, like I have another side to me, but like
I feel that, girl.
Everyone's not gonna experience that, but I can still put it out there in a certain way for people to get the vibe. And so for a minute I wanted to have my own lingerie line. I used to tell like one of my exes from like back in high school, I was like, would you have a problem if like thought I was gonna get married to him, but like would you have a problem if like when we got married like I had my own lingerie line? And he's like, no, I think it would be dope. I'm like, okay, cool. And it was off watching one Kardashian's episode, seeing Kim make a calendar for Reggie Bush when they were dating, and like every month she had like a birthday outfit, a Halloween, a Christmas. I'm like, wow,
I
like,
remember that episode.
Yeah,
then Chris sold it to the stores.
Yeah, right. Like she had to get it all back, but I'm like, that would be so. It just looks so fun, and I was like, I like dressing up, I like taking pictures, and like it's just always been, I don't know, matching sets. Like when you're in a matching set, you feel fire, no? Like I always feel like really good in a matching set, so I was like, nah, I'm gonna have my own line one day. Cool. So Nick at Night came about, and then I'm like, I'm gonna have just lingerie and then men's like boxers. And it's crazy because when I wanted to have the men's boxers, I thought of like silk boxers, and then ironically Rihanna popped out with her silk box.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, I promise you,
I was thinking about this.
Like, I'm like alignment. Like, I'm not a hater. Like,
right,
dang, like, it's Rihanna, but it's just like,
but
I can learn
weird.
from that. Like, what's weird?
That like you were like kind of thinking about it, and then it happened. I feel like that happens a lot though.
Yeah,
if you notice,
it
like
does.
Sometimes I'll be thinking about a certain style, and then I'll go on Instagram and like someone's doing it.
Exactly.
Like,
And I heard that thoughts are real and they transfer. Like when it's like, oh, like I thought about doing that, I should have done it, and now they did it, and it's like you thought about it, that thought transferred, they acted on it, and it's just like next time you think of something, act on it.
Yeah.
And that's what I started doing after that. But yeah, it was gonna be just lingerie, just men's boxers, and then because I do research, I'm like, all right, you know what, like having women's bras and panties, men's underwear, that takes time because it's, you know, bras are not just for anybody. It has to be a certain size, certain back, you know, length, with whichever. So I'm like, okay, like my original plan was to sell matching sets and throw like a sex toy in each box. So I'm like, wait a second, I could just start with just sex toys and then dive into that, and that's what I'm doing now. So you can buy toys from me. I have some things listed right now, like on my page. Well, the one thing that I have listed that you could buy is it's the most popular vibrator out there for women. Like, it's the Rose. Like, everybody goes crazy over the Rose.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, like, if you basically,
right,
like,
if you know, you know.
Right, like, it's a little triggering now just thinking about it, but, like, that is definitely a popular thing, and I see it on Twitter all the time now, and it's crazy. Like, you know, when you, like, never see a car, but like someone in your family has a car now wherever you go, you see that same car all the time. That's how it is. Like, I never was doing this, now I'm doing it, and I see it everywhere. So right now I'm selling adult toys, and not just for women. Like, sometimes people think that like sex toys are only for women or like for girls, like, and it's not. Like,
it's not.
The guys who want to have like a pocket pussy, like, you can get that too. Like, if you want to, you know, like
no kink shaming, like, for real. Like, I feel like that's the thing with people, like, but low key they want to do it, like, low key, like,
in the back of their mind they want it. They just think that it's like weird. Like, don't be, that's my thing too. Like, I'm big on, like, with this, like, my whole mission is like, don't be ashamed of like tapping into like who you are and
sexually,
like your sexuality, because there's so much to explore, and I've learned that through experiences. Like, wow, like, I would never do this, and then I've done it. Or like, you know, I can never see myself, you know, just trying certain things, and it's like, you know what, like, you don't know until you actually try it. And so men can, there's so many things for men, all kinds of couples, like, and that's one thing that I like too with the toys thing, is that it's good for relationships. People, you can only have sex so many ways for the rest of your life.
So many, right?
Like,
you need to spice it up somehow.
Exactly,
right.
And it's just like, I feel like that's a way to, I feel like I can save relationships, like, from getting boring, because, you know what, have you tried this? Why don't you try this now? You're spicing it up, you know, you're not losing yourselves anymore.
Love that. That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah,
you
like,
know?
that's what I like about that. But yeah, 2022 is like definitely the time to expect like the matching sets, and like men's underwear. The men's underwear I'm really excited for the most. I don't know what it is, but it's just like, I'm not gonna spoil it, but
because it's a new market for that kind of like industry. Like, you know, like, I don't really see it often, honestly, on Instagram. So I think it's new. So that's probably why you're excited.
Yeah, I'm excited. I've interviewed, like, you know, and just asked some questions, surveyed really a few guys on Instagram, and like asked, you know, what is like your ideal like boxer, like everyday boxer, and they all had different like materials and lengths and just styles, and I'm like, wow, like, okay, like, and it's interesting to see. I'm like, you know what, like, these don't exist yet, so I'm gonna be the one who does it.
Exactly.
You know, and then we'll see how that goes. But, you know, I'm excited for that. And what else? Like, honestly, I feel like that's kind of it. But you know, did I say what it was called? I did say Win by Nick at Night, right? I think I did. If I didn't,
you said Nick at Night was your brand, but what is the
so the brand
extension for the toys?
So like for the toys and lingerie and the boxers, stuff like that, it's Win by Nick at Night. So the logo is a W, a 1, and then an N. So my initials are NIW. My name is Nikayla Imani Williams, and so it's crazy. My entire life, I've always tried to create some kind of like thing revolving around my initials without being so basic, like Win.
Right.
And then it wasn't until like I actually caught COVID in July this year that I actually put all this together in a week. Like,
wow.
Granted, I thought about it and I was preparing, but like when I got COVID again, it was like that sign, like, you have, like, you're stuck for 14 days in your room. You're back into quarantine, basically, like, and I was thinking a lot then. Like, I was listening to a lot of, like, podcasts in reference to, like, just, like, sermons, stuff like that, and I'm just like, okay, like, this is the time to really start taking off with stuff. And so I did. I'm like, you know what? I'm thinking of the logo. My logo was created on Instagram. When I say, like, just go for it, yes, but, like, prepare. My logo was made on Instagram. Like, I didn't go on Canva. I literally, like, went on there, drew out the 1, saved it, shrunk it, did all these crazy things.
Wow.
I really, like, thought about a lot of things in, like, those 10, 11 days that I had COVID, and then pushed it out. And so, yes, it's a W, a 1, and an N. So I flipped my initials for win, and I turned the I into a 1 because I feel like no one is ever, like, you're second to none. Like, for everybody. Not just me, everyone's second to none. And if you're not coming in second, you're coming in first. And so win is like when you win something, you come in first place. You know what? I'm gonna make the I a 1. And once I saw it, I was like, nah, this is it. Like, I'm finally gonna push it out. And that was the biggest hump for a long time, was not having a logo. I'm like, I can't. If I don't have a logo, what can I do? Yeah. Like, if you didn't have your Queens for Queens logo, you probably wouldn't have pushed. It's like, okay, I need something that's gonna speak me. Yeah. And so once I figured it, like, so once I got that part, I'm like, oh no, this is it. And sometimes it's just like you know how it's like nobody, like, when you know what you want and like you're looking for help from others, it's just like they're not getting the vision. Like, I know what I see in my head, but like it
me,
like,
I swear,
literally, it's like,
can people tell you, like, that's so me, like,
and like I hate to be so picky, but it's like I asked somebody to literally draw the logo, and it was a friend of mine that I knew, and like it was just, I'm like, it's good, but it's just not what I'm seeing in my head, like, and I was just so angry that not at him, but it's like, oh, like, I'm not this graphic designer,
right?
But
so you can't do it. Yeah, you just
like,
see it.
Exactly. I'm like, I see it, but I can't do it. So I'm like, what am I gonna? Like, I'm gonna just keep pushing, and then I feel like it was just timing is everything, and it was meant to be at that moment that it clicked in my head. I figured it out. I'm like, oh no, it's over. This is it.
Right.
And I'm gonna get it tatted right here on my wrist now, like right above my next tab. I'm like, that's my next tattoo.
Love that.
I'm gonna get that because it's finally speaking me. But yeah, the logo got pushed out. That's when I finally got the brand together. And my best friend definitely, like, one of my best friends, a stylist, she definitely played a big part in just like being that like support system. Because being an entrepreneur, like we all know, it's not easy. Like, everybody does not support you. Well, we already discussed that. And then it's also the fact that like people don't get it. Like, people don't understand, like, chasing your dreams and wanting to work for yourself and just fulfill your passion. Like, there's other things out there, like working a job or whatever the case may be, but it's like, if that's not my lifestyle, like, I'm not fit for that life forever. And so she was a big, like, support in just, like, being that ear, you know, never getting exhausted by, like, my questions, my ideas, my concerns, and just always help me. I think you should do that, not this, whichever.
Love that.
And I'm open to criticism, too, so it was like, okay, like,
I always say that, too.
You have to be. Like, the world is definitely your classroom. And
I got so much criticism my first season about just how I spoke, and, like, I would say a lot, like, stupid shit, and it would feel bad, right? But then I'm like, no, I'm gonna...
They're
like,
trying
really,
to help. Right? People are trying to help me.
I'm really gonna like change it.
Exactly,
like,
and now and now you look back and it's again, it's just growth. Like, okay, like, it sounds better when I'm not saying and finding that filler word that works for you, and that's good. So I mean, I'm happy you found that. But yeah, like, taking advice was definitely a great thing that I learned to do. And yeah, like, she was a big help. But outside of that, like, almost everything was kind of just done on my own. And that's what I love the most, that I can eventually, like, I can get to that point and say, like, this was me. This was not nobody else's doing. Like, granted, like, no one's self-made, but it's like, if you don't work for it, it's not going to happen. If you don't plan for the podcast, he can be here and produce all he wants, but it's like, if you don't actually show up with ideas and people and work hard to push it out, and it's not going to happen. But
that's true.
Yeah, that kind of concludes everything as far as, like, Win and Nick at Night, but I feel like people were kind of expecting me to be this, like, OnlyFans kind of person. Like, when I first popped out, people were asking me, like, a lot of questions, like, just, like, they thought I was on some, like, dominatrix type shit, and it's just, like, relax.
Right.
Like, this guy DM'd me the day I dropped it, and, like, if you ever need marketing help, I'm very tact when it comes to marketing. Like, if you know, you know. Like, I would
love marketing help.
And it's funny. And whoever...
Me too,
the thing is, a lot of people are going to see me when I post this. Hey, y'all, they're going to listen. They're not going to like. They're not going to follow. They're going to watch face, listen to all this. And it's funny because when I... like... like, and it's just, like, again, weird, but anyways,
that's a fact. No, it's not weird.
And it's okay though, because you get the views up. Like, you don't even realize it. Just by doing that, you're helping.
Right. Exactly.
But, like, anyways, when I first when I was launching this, I gave it like 3 days to, you know, put it out there. So I was like, right, 3 days, you know, kind of like a surprise kind of thing on Instagram. So people were kind of expecting something. Okay, like she's doing something, she's launching a business. And then on my business page, it was always public. But I knew that when I dropped that reel, which was more like seductive, I was going to turn my business page private because now you got to request to watch it. So I posted like a 5-second clip on my original page. And it's like, damn, like I want to see like what's the rest. So I was like, I'm going to make it private because now it's going to help my following. And let's see who's actually going to follow the page. So many requests. And then like I was like, I know who's going to unfollow the next. And it's just like, that's weird. Like,
yeah, you just followed
just to see, just to unfollow. But so I'm not mad. But this one guy DM me and he goes, hey, I had to unfollow, but I do support what you're doing. He was like, I had to unfollow because I was like, he used some like technical medical word and was like, basically like, this is gonna create high blood pressure, like whatever the medical term for high blood pressure is. I was
is he trying to shoot his shot, or is he serious?
Like I don't know. He literally unfollowed and sent the message, and I was just like, bro, you're dragging it.
Right.
Like, I'm like, if y'all think I'm gonna be out here on some OnlyFans thing, no. Like, I'm trying to change the idea of sex that, like, you don't have to be this raunchy kind of person, like, all the time. You could be sexy and classy. Yes. Like, Janet Jackson is definitely a little bit of inspo because she was very sexy back then and still classy and not this, like, hoish kind of vibe that, you know, people kind of see, like, and for women, when you try to be in that sexy, like, atmosphere, they see it as, like, not you being a thought, but like being, you know, just kind of like that, to be honest. And it's just like, I don't gotta, like, why can't I just put on for myself?
Why can't you just feel yourself?
Right, like, I can't feel myself. Like, hello, like, what was I put on this earth for? But yeah, so that's kind of like the vibe I wanted to put out there too, is that you don't have to like be fully exposed, you know, or be, and you know, like naked to give that sexy vibe. And yeah, like, even down the line, I don't intend to be my own model. Like, I want to have girls, you know, beautiful women, a model too. And that's a big thing also for, like, the lingerie. I know through working in a lingerie store, women have always came in, even, like, women who aren't skinny and petite. Like, they're like, I have options, but, like, they're not the sexy options. Like, how come all the pretty stuff is in the small sizes? And I feel, I'm like, damn, like, it shouldn't be like that. I'm like, if I made this, I would have made you one. But, like, I'm gonna be that person then. No, even like dark-skinned women who come in the store and they're like, I need a bra for a dress, but it's like, this is the only nude bra you have. This is not my skin tone. I'm like, that sucks because it's gonna just look weird. Even when you're trying to be sexy for your man, maybe it's just like it don't even look right. I'm like, that's so true. So I intend to one day have like a collection for like different shades of melanin and different shades of just even like people with more fair skin, so you could find the right skin tone for your body and whichever, and still feel good. But yeah, like, I'm gonna just sum it up there for, you know, when
I love that though.
Yes,
I think it's such a full circle moment because you started with saying that you got your job at the lingerie store, and now you are opening a business that includes lingerie, and I think that's like, if you see it, exactly, it was always meant to be in a way.
Literally.
You know?
And it's crazy. I'm gonna tell a quick story. So, did you ever see that reel I posted when I had to, like, my reel to that song? Oh my god, what's the song called? I can't even think. But they're like, dun, 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 like,
I don't know.
It's on my page, but it's like the reel that I posted for like my win page.
Yes, I reposted it.
Oh yeah, you did. So that one, the day I made that, which was Friday the 13th, which was kind of like, I'm like, hopefully I don't think it was bad today, but I was in Queens too at the studio. Shout out to Alex, amazing freaking photographer, oh my god, and videographer. But like, I never picked out a song, and I was like, she's gonna kill me because I don't have a song yet, and she's quick with, you know, making everything. So when we finished, she was like, do you have a song? And I was like, still thinking about it, but when I get it, I'm gonna get it to you today. So okay, no problem, no rush. And then me and my cousin were standing on the corner of the street in Queens, and it's like 10 a.m. at this point. And I'm like, I don't know what song to use. And you know when you're just like outside, and a song just pops in your head, now you're humming to it. Like, there was no car playing it, we weren't listening to it. We were standing there, and I just hear the song, and I was like, I'm like, Gigi, what is that song called? And I hum it. She's like, I don't know, but when we get in the car, we can Google play it. I'm like, all right. We get in the car, she starts humming it, and then it comes up. I'm like, that's the song I'm going to use. Now, the crazy part was, we went into this sex store just to look around, you know, that same day. And it's just the irony of, like, the way things went. I tried to put her on to, like, this Colombian spot, and then some, like, Alpha Donuts, but, like, everything was just cash this, cash that. So I'm like, you know what? Let's walk in the store. And if we didn't walk in at that time, it wouldn't have happened to me. When I opened the door to walk in, literally the radio, the song is playing. I'm like, if this is not a sign from God that literally that you're walking in your purpose is meant to happen, I don't know what is. Like, what is the irony that I'm about to sell sex toys? I just picked the song. It came in my head. I don't know, we're on the corner of the street. I'm walking in the sex store. Now it's playing on the freaking radio. Like, nah.
Full circle, like, literally.
Yes, and that I felt
your
so good in that moment.
Like,
yeah, like,
know?
I just felt like I lit up inside. I'm like, nah, like, this is it. Like, but yeah, like,
I love it. And I think, like I mentioned before, it's such like a sequence of events that just like brought you to this moment.
Yes.
And now it's like something that you're really gonna do and really gonna put out there.
Yeah.
And I think it's important. You touched on like the men factor of your business, and like I mentioned before, it's such a new market. So I think it's gonna be so successful just by that alone, because anything new, right? Like, as a man, aren't you interested, like, to just see?
I need
like,
new boxes,
you know?
anyway, so shoot.
Yeah.
You know?
No,
and
definitely.
it's like,
I'm tired of buying the
Right.
same brands every day, you know?
Right, and it's like, it's all the generic brands, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
you feel
Tommy,
me? Hanes, like, Polo,
Yeah.
like,
Right.
we
All the
know
same
that.
stuff.
We all know that.
Exactly.
Like,
Yep.
you feel me? So, something new out there, and by a woman, you know, women know everything.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Hello.
especially when it comes to like undergarments, we're very
Very-
knowledgeable.
And fabrics.
Very knowledgeable.
Fabrics are very important. Yeah, very important.
You know what's my problem with underwear? The coochie part don't be big enough for me. Like, I have like a thong.
I feel you.
And like the thing is, like, my thong should be right here of my butt,
Right.
not right there.
Yeah,
like, you know.
No,
and, like,
I feel you.
bro. And like I be getting like camel toe.
And that's crazy too, because before my last job that I was working in, the store was called Intimissimi. It's like an Italian, they call it lingerie store, but they have,
I think I've heard of this place.
I know it's on Fifth Ave. I don't know where
Yes.
else it is. It's in like Roosevelt Field Mall, which is in Nassau.
I've heard of this. And you guys have bathing suits in the summer,
They have,
right?
yeah, they have bathing suits
so
too.
Cute.
And yeah, they had men's underwear, men's pajamas, women's pajamas, like, and it was all great fabric. Like, this was my first time working in a store. This is when I realized, like, oh no, like, I'm broke, because women would walk in and they would be like, the silk sets alone were like $120 a piece.
Yeah, they're expensive.
They would walk in, they wasn't even like, they were, oh, I need that color, that color, that. I'm like, you're not gonna look at the price tag, like,
Right.
because they knew, like, this is what I do, and I'm like, oh, I need to live like that, where I can walk in, because I'm like, I want this whole store, but I'm like, I can't afford this yet, and just working there, when I tried on the bras, because when you work there, you have to actually try on every bra in the store. There's over like 25 different bras in that store, and like they all do add 2 cups, 3 cups, 1 cup.
Wow.
Even for women who are like have kids, you'll be like full, like your boobs will be full, but like you'll be flatter up here now. So women come in like, is there a bra that's gonna like cover this flat skin I have? And there were.
Wow.
There's something for everybody. Bras
Love
that
that.
have like no wire but still feel like a wire. Like it's like it's
And
crazy.
like an illusion.
Yes, but like it's nice. And so trying on their bras, I was like, oh no, these are the best bras I've ever tried in my entire life. I stopped going to Marshalls, TJ Maxx for all my bras. That's where I would go for the Tommy, the Calvin Klein, all that. And I realized even with Tommy and Calvin underwear, they were so like rough on like my body. Like, it's cotton, but it would just be like, it's just too tight.
Different,
like,
right.
And this store, cotton seamless thongs, cotton seamless panties, like everything. I love like their G-strings. I'm wearing one now, but like it's my favorite underwear from that store. So I'm gonna put you on that too. Like, you might actually fall in love with their stuff.
I believe in investing in your undergarments.
Oh, 100%.
Like, you know, I definitely do, because it's like, it's kind of the most important part of your outfit. Like, you know, like if your underwear is not looking cute, you wearing that dress is not gonna look cute. You know,
exactly.
My biggest pet peeve is like panty lines.
Oh my god, no, literally, I hate
Like,
somebody
I
in
hate
leggings
that.
and a regular underwear. Like, girl, you can't wear leggings and then wear granny panties. That just looks
it's
crazy.
So bad.
Like, as a kid, cool, but once you're like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what age to give it to, but nah, you can't be walking around.
You'll
like,
know.
like you can't be grown walking around with.
Right.
It's just like.
But
no.
so maybe like little things in underwear and lingerie, like I would like tweak some things, because the market is.
Want to hear a crazy story I just thought about? Just talking about being grown underwear.
Yeah,
now that I think about it, like when I was in middle school, I remember like going into my mom's drawer, and she remembers too, like, and she had these pretty like, and they're actually in my drawer to this day still, and she had these pretty like orange lace like underwear, and I was like, oh, like I want those, but I knew like I was never gonna be able to buy them in the store.
Right.
And then I took them and I wore them to school one day just with my jeans, but like I felt good. I'm like, I feel like I look nice and pretty. Like,
Right.
and I came home one day. I think she saw it in like my laundry was kind of just like, don't go on my I got yelled at black though, like don't go on my jaw, these are not for you, whichever.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, like I wanted them again. I think I did it again with another pair too and still got in trouble, but it was just like,
you know what's so crazy? I have the same story. I deadass used to steal, like my mom used to have like these like lace like I don't know, like little dresses, like to go to sleep in, and I used to steal them, and I used to like wear them to go to sleep, like
like nightgowns.
yeah.
No, it's not a
Like
nightgown.
Not a nightgown?
Sort of, like, you know, but it was like lace, like it was tight and like flowy on the bottom, like, you know,
I know what you're
just like shit like that. And that's so funny that you mentioned that, because it's like, wow, am I obsessed with underwear too? Like,
it is an obsession. Like, I don't know, I always loved it. Like, I remember like one Secret Santa in college, my friend was like, I don't know what to get. I'm like, whoever has my Secret Santa, buy me underwear. I love underwear.
That's
she
a
went and
good
bought me
gift.
a bunch of thongs from Victoria's Secret. Granted, like, I wasn't really shopping there.
Yeah.
I was a TJ Maxx kind of person because the quality from there, like, Victoria's Secret, I'm sorry for those who shop there, it's trash. Like,
yeah, it really is.
It is so trash.
I don't spend my money there. I go
Their
to
bras suck. Everything is
Marshalls,
just, like,
Target. Don't sleep on Target.
I love Target.
Don't
One thing about
sleep-
Target, like,
Target.
you know what I hate? The thongs that, like, you put them on, you wear them, and they stretch.
Yes.
So now it's like, you're wearing sag. It's
yes,
like,
it has a little like opening.
Yes. I'm like, bro, at Target's underwear did that for me. I'm like, I don't like how the stretches too much, and now it's like it's not fitting.
Yeah.
Like, so I stopped getting underwear from there, but overall Target, sweatpants, hoodies,
Love
like
Target.
all that.
Yes.
You go for one thing, you walk out with a whole cart.
Right. Well, Nick, I think you are so amazing. One, so knowledgeable. I feel like you should probably have your own podcast and just talk about like the breakdowns.
I thought about that.
And hit up KP. He is the mastermind. So definitely, I know you live in Long Island, so I don't know how the distance will work, but definitely look into that. Yeah, definitely look into that, because you're sitting here and you explained your whole journey, which was very amazing just to hear. Like we mentioned it before, very full circle, very inspiring.
Thank you.
So, like, you teaching other people, just even the way you speak and, like, the way you educate, I feel like is nice.
Thank
like,
you.
know,
I appreciate that.
It's not aggressive. It's not, like, pushy. Like, I don't like pushy people. Like,
me either. No.
It's just informative.
Very informative.
I
What you
actually
want.
said, like, I told my friend that I wanted to do, like, a podcast, but more so, like, a YouTube channel eventually, but, like, Nick at Night, and, like, make it fun where, like we're drinking, like, you know, like we gotta be lit and have like certain topics we're talking, whether it's again like double standards with men and women, or just like little things, like I don't know, I want to do something like that where it's like it's fun and just diving into things people don't want to talk about.
Right.
But
I feel like YouTube would be the best platform for
Yeah.
you to start. Like you could start like you could have like little segments where you speak business, and then you could have like vlogs where you're out on vacation getting drinks, like
Thanks.
doing different things. Like it all starts with an idea, and as you know, and you just build from that.
Thanks.
You know, so I thought it would be fun to do a little game. Nothing crazy. I haven't played a game on the podcast.
Not yet.
Yeah, well,
That's
first
exciting.
time.
First
You
time.
feel me?
First time for a lot this season.
A lot. We did a mukbang. It was a
I think I peeped that and I was like, damn, like
Watch
why
the
couldn't that be
mukbang.
my episode? I love seafood. Like
oh my god,
I love
Yes.
seafood. I'm like,
We could do, you know, what we could do a mukbang / ASMR in one bit, me and you. Like that'd be fun, you know? That would be so much fun. So the game is pretty simple. So I like found like 40 questions somewhere in the world, and I wrote them all down. I gave them to my best friend. I said, pick 10 questions, whatever questions you want. I didn't want to know because I just wanted it to be a surprise for me as well. She wrote them all down.
Yeah.
She gave me them in like little papers. And we're going to pick out 5. You pick out 5, I pick out 5.
all right. Do you want to
And
go
we'll
like 5
answer.
for 5? Like,
one by one.
okay, so I'll take my one.
Yeah.
So you open them now or no?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay.
I'll keep mine.
I see what you're saying. What is the most toxic trait you can admit to?
Oh
The most toxic trait. Honestly, I think it's like, I think my toxic Damn. The exposure right now. Like
On the first question too. Hey, look.
it's okay. I also my most toxic trait is like overthinking. Maybe is that toxic?
Yeah.
Like it could be good and bad,
sure.
but I think that's like my toxic trait is that I tend to overthink so much, and I'm very analytical that I just take the 2 and 2 and come up with 5, and it's like I kill myself doing that.
Right.
Friendships, relationships, working, like whatever. Like I overthink way too much sometimes. I think that would be
That's
it.
good.
Like,
At least you could admit to it. That was a good one.
I overthink is definitely mine.
Let's see.
Oh, I thought you both were gonna answer the same question.
No, it's like she
Okay,
gets one
I
and I
see.
get one. What is your big 3 in a relationship?
Oh,
Big 3. I always say loyalty, sex, and I don't want to say looks, but looks are one of my big 3.
If you're
Just
not
like
attracted to them, it's
right,
not gonna
like I
work
don't want to
out,
say
like-
that like looks don't matter, but they do matter. Like to a certain extent, like
Yeah.
looks probably get me in the door. Personality makes me like lock it and stay. Like
before
feel
you
me?
like know you're attracted, before you know someone's personality, it's like, oh, they're cute. You've gotta
Right.
be
Yeah,
attracted
exactly.
first, or it's
Right,
not gonna
and
go
the sex
anywhere.
needs to be good, because honestly, if we do not vibe like that, I can't put myself through that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's just me though. Like I
Yeah.
really can't put myself
Which can be
through
tough
it.
too, because it's like, let's say like one, like the first experience is bad, but it's like, what if they didn't know your body? It's like they
No,
have, you know.
see, I don't judge people straight up off one time. Like, you know, I can't really tell how you are off one
Yeah.
time. You feel me? We have to really like get into the nitty gritty.
y'all gotta go through a routine first.
Right, like a couple times, you
Yeah.
feel me? Like, you
Trial and
know,
error.
right? You feel me? And then I have to come to a conclusion about you. And then if the conclusion is it's a no, it's a no.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
you know. And then loyalty, and I don't mean loyalty like cheating, even though that's definitely it. But I mean like if I can't call you and know that you are gonna pick up this phone and whatever
Like,
the
you gotta
issue,
have my back.
right? And whatever the issue is, you're gonna try and help me.
Yes,
Like that's what I need in somebody. Like somebody, not like a safety net, but just someone I feel safe with.
Yeah, you have
like,
to feel like security.
right.
Like
So
that's
that
fact.
would be my big 3. That's not
Definitely.
bad.
No, those are actually
That
really
was a-
good ones.
That was a good one.
All right, let's see. It's crazy because as we were just like what we were just talking about, I was thinking about it, and it's the size matter question mark. It's so crazy how your friend picked these out, and like what we're talking about today.
Yeah,
Like,
but out of the 40, I made them like based off what we
Okay.
were probably
Got you,
talking
got you,
about.
got
Yeah,
you. The size matter. It's funny because it's like I've had experiences where like
I have a lot to say
there's
about
some
this.
men who might be packing, but it's like you don't know what to do.
Right.
And I had an experience where I'm like, I promise you, it's an inside joke between me and my friend, and we were like, bro, like we say iPhone because it was like
that.
an iPhone, and it was like, you know, we was lit whatever, and it was the first time, and I was just like, bro, like, but it was like he knew what he was doing, so
Right,
it made up for it.
Uh-huh.
So size, it's like maybe. It's like 50-50 because it might
Yes.
look a little weird, but like at the same time, if you know what you're doing,
See, this
like,
is my problem with size. It's the aesthetic for me. It's the looking at
like,
it. Like, I feel like sometimes if I have to look down and it's like little, I don't know, a part of me is gonna get like a little turned off.
Yeah.
But then it's like you have to give people the benefit of the doubt. Like if they know how to work it and they
Right.
know how to do what it does, then that's okay. So I agree, but if I had to pick, obviously I would pick.
Yeah. Have you ever
bigger.
like seen something and just been like a little terrified? Like,
What do you mean? Like down there?
Yeah, like oh my god,
Yeah.
like I don't know if I could.
Do all that.
Yeah,
right,
like
right.
it's like
But then it's like it's kind of fun. You know,
yeah, like
it's not-
I don't know, but
it's
yeah.
a challenge. You
Right,
feel
it's
me?
a challenge. You know, you got experiences every now until you
Right.
try, but
That's a good one. That's a really good one. Oh man. Ooh, that was a funny one. What question did this year leave you with? What question did this year leave you with? What question did this year leave you with? I'm just trying to understand it. Like,
I think it's like
what question did it leave me with? Like, what question? That's a good one.
yeah, that's actually a good
That's
question.
a really good one. I think the most thing that I've been questioning myself about is like will I ever just relax? Like, you know, will it ever be like, I don't have to chase the next thing running? Like, will I ever stop, like, hustling? And will I ever, like, have a moment where it's like, I look out, I'm in my house, I have my kids, we're just all, like, at the pool, like, you know, having lemonade, and, you know, will I ever reach that moment? And I think this year more than ever, I've had that, just because, you know, I'm 23 now. Like, you feel me? You're kind of, like, getting up there. And I think it's normal. But I would say that is, like, will I ever get, like, that relief moment where I'm like, I did it. Like, and I just realized I'm just still in my hustling stage, which is okay. Like,
it's crazy because, like, 23, 24, and I feel like I'm always saying I'm old, but it's like we're really not old.
Not that
like,
old.
And we be trying to push it like we got things to do, but it's like we're in the right time for all these things to start happening to really like learn and like relearn and just grow. So like it's gonna happen. You're gonna get there.
I feel like I definitely am. But it's just like, this is the age where you set this like stepping stones to like getting that relief.
Exactly.
You feel me?
It's the time for the foundation.
Another thing is I have to work on my patience. Like, I want things now, and I want it. That's just the Aries in me.
Yeah.
You feel me?
That's the fire sign. That's like, we know what we want when we want it, and it's like, I need it now, but like the world don't work like that.
And like, the beauty is in the patience. Like, it's about like watching it happen, seeing it happen,
details,
and all that, you know. Great questions.
This is fire. I like this. This is cool.
Yeah, this is fun.
Ooh, it's okay. I'll take it. Oh my God, you getting all the funny ones because you be laughing.
Which one of your parents' personality traits do you want to keep / let go of? So, one parent or both?
Whichever one. You can answer. This is your freestyle.
It's funny because I was just playing this game with my friends at her house the other day. It's like a family game, and like, it was a question like that. I would say keep. I'm gonna say get rid of first. Get rid of. I would definitely say like my temper, which has definitely like progressed so much. But my temper was something that I always like I struggled with, like just my fuse, and it's still short, but my patience has grown a lot more. But keep, I would definitely say like. Damn, it's tough because to pick one, there's a lot of great qualities to my parents, like mom and dad. I'm gonna go with both. Like, I'm gonna say from my mom, because both of them I'm gonna say temper. Like, but from my mom, she's a Leo too, 3 days apart. Like, it's just a lot. Wow. So, from her, I would say I would definitely just like being like just the independency. Like, it's like. She might be married. She might, you know, have a partner who she could rely on. But at the end of the day, it's like, let's say, God forbid, something was to happen. Yeah. She's going to do her, like, she's a very strong woman.
Do what she needs to do.
Right, like, so, like, and she's always, like, had that, like, you know, her own, I'm going to get my own degree. I'm going to have my own job. I'm going to have my own car, all of that. So it's like, I would definitely keep that, just having that independency. And I am an independent person. From my dad, I would say to keep, it would definitely be, just what's the word, like not like intellect, but he's very wise. Like I feel like he never stops learning, so just like understanding that you never know too much. You can never know too much. He's always willing to learn something, even that's out of like his interest or out of his personality. I feel like that's why, like, when you say I feel like you're very, like, you're knowledgeable, that comes from him, because he knows a lot of information. And it's not even because he might have played, you know, a certain sport, but he took the time to educate himself. And I big on my raising my awareness, because I don't want to be confused. I want to know, like, you know, I don't like to think like, oh, like, why are they wearing a yarmulke, or why is doing that? Like, I want to know why they have the curls, or why they dress a certain way. Like,
I've definitely Googled that before.
Yeah, like, it's like, I don't want to be confused or judge somebody because I'm, you know, ignorant. But yeah,
very good. I like that. And like, as everybody knows, most of your personality comes from your parents.
100%.
Like, how you're raised, like, you know. What's the hardest part about dating you? The hardest part about dating me is you can't really slip up, because once you do, it's over. Yeah, it's done. Like, you know, and you'll really sit there with yourself, kind of like, damn, that's it. Like, yeah, that's it. Like, you did it, and that's it. And I think that's a bad thing in a way, because sometimes you could like really lose out on some people. And you know, people do deserve second chances. I personally have a thing about second chances, and they depend on who they are.
Right.
And you know, so I think the hardest part about dating me is that I'm just maybe, I don't know, traumatized. I don't want to say traumatized. It's just like I know what it's like to really date. Like, you know, like I know what people are really like sometimes. Like, and it can be hard. So maybe I just have a barrier. There we go. Like I have
boundaries.
Maybe more of a barrier. Because like it's like, that's it. Like you're not coming back in here. Door's locked.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yep. I like that.
And it's just, yeah, maybe that's the hardest thing. Maybe that's a little toxic too.
Period.
You feel me?
But what is your favorite part about yourself that isn't physical?
Can you tell me what's your favorite part physically too? I just want to know.
My favorite part physically, I always say my eyebrows.
Yeah, your eyebrows are nice.
I never got them done.
Really? Never? Wow.
On God.
Nice.
Everything. My mom has always asked me to, my father to, like, just please don't touch your eyebrows. I said I would get them done on my wedding day just because I feel like it'll give me, like, a boom.
Yeah.
But, like, I never got them done. Granted, I got a little scar now, so it gets a little uneven, but I never got them done. But if you look close, you'll see a little, I need to tweak a little bit. Like, I never, like, tweeze, like, nothing.
Really?
It's just never.
Wow.
I'm, like, kind of scared, too. Like, and that's
my eyebrows are not done right now, girl.
But they don't look bad. Like,
makeup. You know?
My arms are a little hairy. Like, I'm, like, a little hairy as a natural person, but, yeah, I feel like I don't trust anyone enough to touch them. Yeah. And that's a very important part to your face.
It is.
Yeah,
your whole face.
Shapes your face.
I like that one.
Yeah. So that I would go with physically, but favorite part about myself that's not physical, I would say just the fact that I'm a very genuine person. Like I really am, and I feel like
I could tell
people could take it as weird sometimes. Like even like when like people might take me sharing businesses as me dick riding or like oh like she's fiend, and it's just like no, like if it's good, I'm gonna put it out. Like, you know, I just show genuine love, or like she's doing too much, you know, and it's just like, you're the weirdo, not me. I don't know. I feel like being genuine,
doing too much.
Yeah, being genuine definitely can like hurt you sometimes too, because people don't always appreciate it, and that's where sometimes I shut down because. Yeah, but one thing I always preach to people who are genuine, don't ever stop being genuine, even when people aren't genuine to you, like, because you like still be yourself, like that's your character. Don't let anybody fuck that up, like, But yeah, that's my favorite part that's not physical.
I like that. Yeah. That's so true.
And gotta kill people with kindness.
And the cons to like genuinency, is that a word, genuinency?
It might be.
Yeah.
We'll make it one.
Right. The cons to it is really that like people will really think you're dick riding, which is such a made up theory. Are you lying to yourself about anything? Am I lying?
It's always the giggle for me with the closed eyes.
Girl. I look like one of those emojis. You know what I mean? Am I lying to myself about anything? I really gotta think about this, because you know sometimes you really will tell yourself something and you know deep down that's not really what it is. I don't think I'm lying to myself anymore.
Right.
I feel like there was a certain situation I was in the past where I would try to like probably see the bright side out of it, and really like it was blatantly horrible. Right. And it was like clear as day, you know. I was just kept lying to myself. But now I feel like I've come to a point where I've accepted it, and like I've realized like, you know, this is how it is. This is what it's gonna remain. Definitely. Like there's nothing I can do to change it in a way. So if you ask me in this moment, am I lying to myself, I would say no. But definitely I have had points, as everybody has. I agree. You know? It's always that one situation.
It's the last one.
I don't know. Oh, I think so.
Oop.
Oh, it's the last one.
That was fast.
Right? It was 5-5.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it makes sense. Then, like, I started first odds even. You hurt me, but thank you for blank. I have to fill it in.
Yeah. Ooh, I love that one. I really liked that one when I wrote it.
You hurt me, but thank you for showing me that. Like, no matter what it is, like, you hurt me, but thank you for showing me, however it was you hurt me, whether it was, like, you cheated on me, whether it was you did me wrong as a friend, whether, like, anything, because now it's, like, I now know,
better.
Right, I know better. I now know what to look out for. Red flags.
Right.
I'm like literally like, you know, I can grow. Like everything is you live and you learn.
Yeah.
Everything happens for a reason. So yeah. What was it? Hold on. Let's read that one more time.
Right.
Where'd it go? Yeah, you hurt me, but thank you for showing me. I'm gonna go with that.
I like that. That was a good one. I really like that when I wrote it down.
Yeah.
I love that one. Good last one. What title would you give this chapter in your life? What title would I give this chapter in my life?
These were great questions.
Yeah, these are really
Did I
good
just say
questions.
great? I think I just said great.
That's a word too. Genuinency and great. That's what it is tonight. You feel
I'm
me?
weak.
New vocab on the QFQ podcast.
Right.
Don't play. That's crazy because I don't know. This title that I would give this chapter in my life, I would say that every day I'm a very disciplined person. I have a routine. Like I get stuff done. Like I go to work. I go work out. I'll come to the podcast. I'm very structured. I'm a big hustler. So that's the thing. Like I would just say this is like my hustler days. Like I would really call that like the chapter in my life because I really like, I know what I'm shaping myself to be now will go like the long-term way for me. Like, you know, so being disciplined goes a long way.
100%.
I really don't try to be like a goody two-shoes. I still try to be fun. But I just like my regimen. I like to keep my mental clear because there's been moments where it hasn't been.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that would be we hustling our way through the top. You feel me? You know.
I really like that one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That one had me think about something.
No, literally.
Right?
I'm over here like,
Right? All these questions made me think about
Yes,
everything.
these were great.
Thank you guys. I really tried. I really tried.
And you should do this with every
I know,
episode,
right?
like,
I know. I really should. I have
That's
so
cool.
many too. It's so crazy. I just feel like it just time and things and certain people. So,
Yeah.
well, Nick, thank you.
Of course. I'm
You
so
were
happy
amazing.
to be here.
This is the best season finale.
Yeah. What did I say in the beginning though?
Period. Period. You see, this is what happens. Full circle moments for you. Like,
Hello.
come on. Like, you are very highly favored. For real. Thank you so much. I really do mean that. You were such a pleasure to just meet and interact with and have you on. My project is like amazing, and I can't wait just to see what you do.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely front row.
Yes,
I
I
got
appreciate
you.
you.
Clapping.
Thank you. No, me too. Like I'm coming back for season 3, like that mukbang.
Yes. I think you're gonna be like a favorite on the podcast. Honestly, I feel like people are really gonna like relate to you. OD.
Yeah, no,
and
I
then
hope so.
when you come out with yours,
Yeah,
or
you'll
your
be there.
little YouTube, like
I'll make sure you're definitely there.
Please. Where can the people find you and everything that you do?
So my personal IG is Nikayla Imani with NIKAYLAHIMANI, and then my business page is The Nick at Night, the NIK at night. And yeah, like follow me, share some stuff, DM me with any questions.
Yes.
But yeah, that's where y'all can find me at.
Yay. KP, my brother.
You telling me to shout myself out, and I'm remembering I get to change my @ after this now.
Yes.
You can find me at the real KP3. Don't need to type the underscores because you should find me before then. And of course, follow at Rec Room Studio and at It's Dead Ass a Podcast.
For sure. Another season. Me and you.
Facts in the
Another
books.
one down.
Done.
We really just a little
Yeah.
clap.
Shout out to
Little
y'all.
clap,
Like
facts.
no,
Thank
actually,
you.
like congrats to y'all. Cause
Thank you.
KP. We did it.
Yeah, for real.
Bro, I can't believe that. You ever like had a moment where you're like, damn, I really did that?
Yeah.
I'm really having that moment right
as
now.
you should.
So thank you, KP.
You get to take a little bit of time off now.
a little bit of time off, and we're gonna come back.
Yes.
And what did I say? I said the thing that you can expect the most next season is an upgrade. We are gonna go upgrade. Like, you think this was an upgrade just by the things we did? We're gonna go bigger and better, and it's gonna be a movie. So once again, thank you guys so much. You guys could always follow me at TheRisMav, TheRisMav. Make sure you follow the podcast at QFQ Podcast. Make sure you are following our YouTube. Make sure you are liking, subscribing. If you're binge watching the podcast, start from episode 1 with Haley and work your way up to Nick. great season finale. Thank you everyone that's been on the podcast. Y'all have been such an amazing group of people, right, KP?
Facts.
Great people this season. Just wow, amazing people this season, and such gem-filled episodes. So really go check it out. If you've never heard the podcast, go start on Apple Podcasts with season 1 and work your way over to YouTube for season 2. And you're gonna have us all here. Maybe we can talk about having the podcast all on YouTube, like from season 1 audio
for sure.
to just we'll talk.
We can make an audio playlist.
We'll make it work. You'll never we could do a lot of things. But like I said, it's not goodbyes, just see you later. So we'll be back for season 3 next summer.
Facts.
July. Yeah, I know the
crazy
deal.
to say 2022.
2022.
Oh, I love
we're gonna
summer.
Me too.
It's such a nice vibe.
And the podcast was born in summer, and now it's just always comes out in the summer. So,
period.
It's a
That's
little,
nice.
Yeah, it's a little birthday. And it gives me time to just plan for y'all and make it great.
Yeah.
So same time, same place. See you.
Always.
Period. And I'll see you tonight too, right?
Oh yeah, facts.
Me, you,
100%.
and Casa Amigo.
Facts. And Z gonna be there too.
And Z gonna be there. Stay tuned
Like
for that,
Casa.
yo. For real. Right.
Is it the dark or light?
The light. I like the light
yes,
one.
Yeah.
I like the dark one.
Y'all
too.
having a safe night.
Maybe we could. You know what? Maybe we can talk about dark. Let's
I just be
get
drinking, bro.
wild tonight. Let's mix it up. Now, I personally, I want to be taken care of. I'm always taking
As you
care of
should.
everybody. Y'all taking me out.
Yeah,
and
tonight's her night.
Yeah,
Sheesh.
tonight you guys are dragging me out. That's it.
Copy.
That's really it. Like, KP, you might put me on your shoulder or some shit. Like, some shit might happen. You feel me? But I know y'all gonna miss these vibes. I already know.
I'm gonna miss the vibes. It's always fun.
Right. It's so much fun in the studio. But I love y'all. Thank you. Peace. Oh my God, Nick, you're so pretty.
Stop, thank you. No, you're beautiful. Like, literally, when I saw you, I'm like, nah, she's foreign. She's from some country. Like, I know she
You're
is.
so cute. Oh my God. No, you're so pretty. This story is so pretty of her. Like, her smile is really nice. No.
Thank you.
Mashallah. If you know, you know. I believe in mommy makeovers because I'm definitely going to get one if I need to.
Right.
You feel me? Like, so, truthfully, it's okay. What are you drinking in that, KP? I'm just
Water.
curious. Oh. I'm just curious, you know. All right, ready? Everyone good? Boobies
Yeah.
good?
Yes.
I like your ring.
Forever 21.
Ooh.
Thanks.
She's so cute. She said Forever 21.
Like, most people be like mad bougie if they got this from somewhere crazy.
Yeah.
Like, Forever 21. Like, I'm not scared to put anybody on. Like, go get it. Like,
Where'd you get that food at?
like, I cannot stand people who post fire food restaurants and then don't tag the like.
Oh, I hate
Why
that.
you gotta be so
Or if you
bougie?
DM them
like,
and they don't
answer.
answer.
Like,
They keep in the restaurant. For
like
Why?
I don't. It's just weird.
And I feel like Michael Myers is good because he's a original kind of serial killer, but he's chasing the same girl for like years, like his sister, that old lady
I don't know
Jamie
why
Lee.
she ain't
Yeah.
trying
Bro.
off that nigga yet.
At one point, I'm like, fucking kill me, bro. I'm done running. At this
Yeah.
point, I'm so done. Like,
Yeah.
how many more can they make?
I do that a lot. People like, you go out alone. Yeah.
Yeah, what's the
like,
problem?
I like getting
You know how
drinks
many-
on myself.
Me
Like, I be in
too.
my like.
You know how many times I go shopping, take myself to lunch, get a drink? Like, you know?
Literally, yeah, the shopping, the lunch, and the drink is like that's
People
it.
watch.
That's
Like,
the day.
yeah,
like-
people watch. It's so fun. Like, and just being in
And
your
then
own
I
head.
usually go to the city too, so I be smoking in the street, like
for
smoking
real.
my bud. Like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's all right. We could keep it for this. I don't usually talk about smoking. That's why he was looking at me like.
This is a
"What?"
blooper. You be alright.
Yeah, it is a blooper. All right, ready?